Hi and welcome to another lecture of XHTML and CSS. In this lecture we will learn how to use classes and IDs. We use classes whenever we want to style a specific element of a web page. Okay? Let's open Notepad++. Let's create two paragraphs. Hi, my name is Victor. Close paragraph. And this second paragraph, let's say my name is Alex. Okay, so now we have two paragraphs, and as I showed you before, we can apply properties of CSS to every single paragraph of a web page, okay, or a website. What about if I only want to give or apply CSS properties to this second paragraph? To do it, we use class or classes. And to do that, we just type class equals, and make sure you use something that you will remember later, so you can use it as a selector in CSS. Let's type Alex here. Okay. And now you can go to style.css, and here you can type P for paragraph, dot for class, and now the name of the class that you want to select, which is Alex. Okay, as you remembered, you typed Alex and it's the name of the class. And now we can type whatever attributes and style whatever we want. Let's give it a blue color here, and font size 30 pixels. Save this. Let's go back to index.html and run this in Chrome, and there it is. Okay, this is how you can apply it to a specific element on your web page using a class. Let's say I want to give now a class to Victor's paragraph as well. So I can type here class equals, and here I type another name, Victor. Now I want to give different properties or attributes to a class Victor and some other properties to class Alex. So I want to style them differently. So what I do is go to style.css and now create P Victor, and let's give it a color orange, semicolon, and font size 30 pixels. As you'll see, if I go back and save this and launch this in Chrome, here it is. Perfect. Has applied perfectly all the properties that I gave them. So this is how you can give and define properties or attributes and style specific elements with classes in your XHTML code. You can also use, let's say, different tags like h1. Let's say I want to give a class as well Victor to this h1 and hi world. Save this, and here instead of paragraph Victor, we just take the P out and use the dot. Dot means every single class that is named Victor. Apply this. So if we save this and go back, this one, the first paragraph, and this h1 element will have the color orange and 30 pixels. And there it is, working perfectly, orange, orange, and yellow. Okay, so you can have the same class for different elements on your web page. Okay. Now, what about IDs? IDs are basically very similar to classes and work very similar. The only difference is that when you use an ID, you have to change, instead of dot, let's give it an ID to all of these. Instead of a dot in style.css, we use the pound symbol. Okay? So IDs use pound symbols and classes use dot symbols. Now, the difference between IDs and classes is that classes can be used several times, or the same class can be used several times in different elements on your web page. But IDs are unique. So in this case, we shouldn't use the ID Victor here. Okay? Victor can only be used one time. So in this element, we should use some other name. World. Okay? Make sure you use IDs for only unique elements. Okay? And you only use the name ID or this name ID once on your web page. Another tag I should talk to you about is the span tag. And the span tag is used when you have to change or apply styling to an inline element or word inside, let's say, a paragraph. So let's say I want to change this HTML here and style it. So I use the span tag here. Okay, so span and close span here. Now I can style however I want the HTML word, and I'm going to use a class. I'm going to name this class span tag and save it. Let's style it and go to CSS file, and let's type dot for class and then the name of the class, which is span tag, curly braces, and now I'm going to give it a, let's say, a font size 40 pixels and maybe some color. Let's save this. Let's return to the contact.html, launch in Chrome, and go down here, and here it is. Okay, so it has applied to an inline element, and this is the recommended way whenever you want to style something that it's an inline content. Okay, guys, so this is all for now, and hope you guys continue to practice, and we see you on the next lecture. Bye.